Welcome. This is your district-wide update. It's packed with stories that share the Dubuque Community School District experience. Let's get started. When our art students receive an invitation to fill a gallery with their own creations, they take it. Art students from both Stephen Hempstead and Dubuque Senior High Schools brought their talents together for an art show at the Dubuque Area Arts Collective.
Art isn't just like being good at drawing something or sculpting something. It's about putting your energy and your passions into something creative.
But before the students could showcase their art, they were responsible for installing each piece one by one, learning that filling an empty wall is an extension of an artist's skill.
It was just a blank canvas. It was like when you first take out a sheet of paper and you just have to position things in a way that it fills the walls, but also helps the flow.
While an individual piece of work is unique to its artist, all art is celebrated in a shared community rooted in inspiration and expression.
Art is definitely inspired by your surroundings, and like the differences in environments in the two schools showed through the artwork that was presented.
It's just one huge community, and it's really neat to be in, and it makes me really happy to be part of it.
Each piece reflected its artist and an experience for all admirers to share.
Part of your art is what it does for you, and part of it is what it brings to the people who view it. To have that opportunity to share something that you thought that you could only understand, and then you see all the other people who relate to it and know what you're talking about, that's a great feeling.
Congratulations to these selected artists on a meaningful show. What happens when you give students the freedom to research a topic of their choice? Well, take a look. Learning is what happens.
In Genius Hour, we got to learn and discover more things about whatever we were interested in. For my project, I did a remote control paddle boat because I really wanted to learn more about programming and 3D printing.
These Jefferson and Roosevelt Middle School students were invited to participate in Genius Hour, a carved-out time dedicated to exploration and research. Students dug into their interests and shared the results at this Genius Hour celebration event.
The gallery walks allowed them to talk to a small group of people. They shared what they were interested in, comfortable sharing, and it became more of a celebration of what they've done instead of you have to hit all the points on the rubric.
From dog training to designing fidget spinners to breaking down the flavor structure of chewing gum, these students did not limit their topics to usual textbook subjects.
I was just blown away with the information that they were finding and the people they were contacting. A couple of contacted authors. One of the kids looking at sports topics contacted Channel 7 News and Rick Coleman. I was super proud of what the kids made.
The celebration ended on a note of inspiration from Resources Unite's Josh Jasper, who motivated our students to follow interests that keep improving themselves and the world.
I think that we learn how to be independent and do something that we like to do, and then by doing something that we like to do, then we gain more responsibility.
A job well done to these geniuses. And remember, your genius isn't limited to an hour. That's just the project's name. Keep inquiring and keep asking questions. Simply walking into a stadium full of spectators while proudly wearing a team name is incredibly inspiring for young athletes. Can you imagine what it's like to compete in one?
Kids love this. They can't wait for tonight. They get to represent their schools. They get to wear their jerseys. They all get to cheer together, and it's just a fun night for families in Dubuque Community School District.
Well, at this year's elementary track meet, these 4th and 5th grade students experienced just that, thanks to the Dubuque Community Schools and the City of Dubuque's Leisure Services Department.
It's quite a bit of a competition. It's kind of cool because we're competing against other schools that are like miles away from my school.
I was like kind of shaking in a way, and I was just like really nervous to run in front of a crowd.
When you finish the race, you just feel like you complete something.
Before any cheering, there was coaching. These athletes trained for their events at practices provided by Leisure Services. A big part of that training was focused on sportsmanship. In fact, that's the only trophy that's handed out at this meet.
It's like fun to support your school, and like it's kind of cool because like there's people watching you and cheering for you.
And this year, the Dick White Sportsmanship Award went to Marshall Elementary School. Whether a student participated in a short dash, a long jump, or a softball throw, each one left with a snippet of what the sport could mean to them.
Even if you think that you're not that good at it, you're still going to be the best you can be. And having the district do all these different events is really good for health and wellness.
Congratulations for a job well done to all our elementary track stars across the district. Imagine losing an arm, then growing an arm back, and then that arm you lost grows an entire new you. Well, us humans can't do this, but there are living organisms that can, and biology students at Dubuque Senior High School studied a group of them called Planarian.
Right now we're finding out different characteristics like how they move and if they use their eyes and things like that, and now we're also going to be cutting them up because they can regenerate.
You want me to cut the head off?
Yes. You see, Planarian are flatworms. They're asexual, and their genetic makeup is simple.
Any animal has different abilities, no matter how developed or undeveloped they are. Usually with regeneration, they just regrow parts that they've lost, but with the planaria, they'll regrow a whole new organism.
All of this is textbook knowledge, which is why this project is so cool. These students are actually living the textbook. They created their own behavioral study, made observations, initiated the Planarian's regeneration, and kept these little organisms fed.
Look at that.
All of the findings went into a final lab report, which required the students to comprehensively apply their work from the year.
They are so engaged. They are all about wanting to know more about how the worm's going to react to certain things. Often we have to use preserved organisms, and so here we've got a living organism.
As these Planarian continue to grow and regrow, I guess so does the whole Ram Fam community.
He's heading towards it again.
Once a ram, always a ram, even if you're a simple flatworm. Well, that's what we have for you this time. Stay connected with us by checking out our website, www.dbqschools.org, or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.